disappointment. Oh.
Hi, you guys. Hello, Breezy Bunch. Well, we started off today with the Foodie Beauty Rage. I did respond, but not like how she thinks I was going to. It really didn't anger me. I did respond. If you want to check out that video, she tried to drag me based on my past, yada, 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 stuff I've already been very open and honest about. So that happened. And I find it funny, though. I just want to say, she's always talking about how she's a changed woman, and don't base her off of her past. Don't think of OnlyFans. Don't think of all the men she paid for. Don't think of the animal abusing. Don't think of the alibi she provided for Natter, because that's in the past. But yet she brings up mine all the time. So I thought that was interesting. Then we watched a live stream because it was so weird. She uploaded a mukbang, and within 21 minutes, it was gone. She removed the video. Then she came on live like she was crying, but she was laughing, so we wouldn't know she was really crying. And at first she told us she accidentally deleted the video. It was an accident. And then minutes later, she got honest. She said at the end, and she built it up like she was apologizing for something huge. She was going to apologize for dragging my 10-year-old daughter again. And it turned out she built this whole thing up and she was so sorry. It turned out she farted. I will include that clip at the end of this. We did watch that during the live stream. It wasn't just like a toot in front of your husband that you're married to and you're comfortable with, and it was like an accident. It was like the fart heard around the world. Like, we jumped when we heard it. The ground was quaking. The earth was breaking. My bed was shaking. Like, that's how that's how loud it was. And then at the end, she goes, "Did you hear that?" And then she walks over to the camera. It took her a few minutes to get up off the ground. By the way, if you wanted to know how Foodie Beauty gets up off the ground, we will see that. She gets up off the ground, takes her a few minutes, waddles her way to the camera, smiles so smugly in it, and then shuts it off. Then she tells us, oh my gosh, this whole day has been unbelievable with her. She tells us that it's not appropriate and she was embarrassed, and I don't know, apparently it's offensive over there, but I don't know. She wanted us to believe she was embarrassed, but she clearly wasn't. It was more like she didn't know Salah was gonna get that mad. And she did this whole thing where, like, I don't want his friends and family to think I'm gross, Foodie. They just have to take one look at you and they know you're gross. She was so worried the clip was going to be shared, so guess what? It got shared. During this mukbang, from the clips I have seen, it's a Taco Bell mukbang, by the way. And she goes on and on about her past and how we shouldn't be so hard on her because she's really trying to diet. She tries to drag me again. Like I said, she did delete it. So I've been looking on Twitter for basically clips and highlights, and I did find this tweet from Kelly at 1472 Kelly. I hope you don't mind, Kelly. If you guys are on Twitter, please go give this tweet a like. Is it even called tweeting anymore? It's like X now, which is so annoying, you guys. Every time I look at my phone, I'm like looking for the Twitter app. I don't see it. And then I look at the X. I'm like, what the heck is this? Oh, yeah. That's so annoying. So we're going to watch some highlights together, and then we're going to hear her let one rip. And boy, let me tell you, you are not ready for this. It just also shows to me how, like, they're not comfortable in front of one another. They're not comfortable. That's just my thoughts. Okay, are we ready for the highlights? Are we ready for the highlights, guys? Here we go.
Back to ignoring your irrelevant butts. By the way, I don't have anything at the back of my head, okay?
You do. We've seen it. It's a giant fat roll, much like how Tammy Slayton had one on her forehead because the fat had nowhere else to go. That's what you have going on.
It's my hijab.
Yeah, right.
Just so you know.
It's not.
I'm uncancelable because I haven't done. Like, I don't have a criminal record.
Are you giving us a challenge? You're uncancelable? Cancelable? Is that a challenge?
Ariana Grande. Chantal has cheated on several boyfriends, blah, blah, blah.
She has.
Has
You
cheated.
have.
Has verb
Foodie, and if you could get away with it in Kuwait, you'd be doing it there too.
past tense.
Mm-hmm.
I was always just open in who I am. You can't expose me. I expose myself. Get back on track and everything. And, you know, if you make fun of me for it, whatever.
Back
That's
on
on you.
track?
But probably gets their kids ready for school, does whatever. Then, when I make one post or one retaliation, and then people just will come in and attack me saying, oh, how pious, how Muslim of you.
So let's correct that, Foodie. You put your BS on a public platform. You want the views, you want the attention, you get off on it. But you get mad if anybody has an opinion. You've been on YouTube how long and you still get mad that anybody has an opinion on your life that you put on YouTube? It's not like you just reply and you're like, this is wrong. No, you search up your name. You stay searching your name. And the second somebody says something that gets you all riled up, it might not even be that offensive. Like, it might just be somebody calling out your lies. It might just be somebody calling out your manipulation, your gaslighting. You neglecting Julia, she's all matted. If you hear that, you go on a whole rage and you drag people's children, their work, you dox people. You do much more than say something back. You realize that, right? If somebody has an opinion on you, you therefore think it's okay to become like this evil monster and drag their children.
Please can it. Be canceled. You know why?
Why?
One, because the majority of what you said is lies. Clean image, and then people like find out they have skeletons. Because I'm not fake, and I know that life is not
You
like
are.
every hour someone is giving their opinion on my life.
If you don't want anybody to have an opinion, get off YouTube. If you don't want anybody to react, get off YouTube. If you don't want anybody to have a negative opinion on what you're doing, get off YouTube or quit your effed up behavior. It's as simple as that.
Making things up. My husband's an animal abuser now. Some
You
people
are.
struggle with food.
You are a documented animal abuser. FFG rescued BBJ and took her to the vet and had a long list of problems because of you. Neglect is a form of abuse, and I will say it as many times as it takes for it to get through your thick head. Hashtag Foodie Beauty Animal Abuser.
People struggle with drug use. Some people are alcoholics. Some people have an addiction to hate. Gambling. Also, therapy isn't always the...
You have more addictions than just food, Foodie. If you really think that we believe you're coming on sober, looking like how you two look and acting like how you two act, you have another thing coming. You're not just addicted to food, and you're not doing anything to change your situation.
solution. There's a lot of people who have cured their binge eating. It depends on the situation. The woman from like Brain Over Binge or something binge, somebody who wrote a book about it did it without therapy. I've been to so many therapists.
Oh my
I've been
gosh.
to the eating disorder recovery program in Ottawa.
What works for someone else might not work for you. Recovery isn't one size fits all. You have to keep trying. You have to try different routes. You actively have to search out help and see what works for you. Just because you read like 2 pages of a book on how somebody cured their disorder doesn't mean that's going to work for you. You're very bad off. It's not going to take a book to change you. It's not going to take searching something on Instagram or TikTok like you do to cure you. You need professional help, and you just don't want it because you don't want to change. See, I think you're one of those people. I've said this before, you guys. Not everybody gets sober. Not everybody gets clean. Not everybody stops eating themselves into oblivion like Foodie Beauty is. Not everybody decides to get help. And I'd respect you a lot more if you just said, this is how I am, this is how I'm going to be. I have no intentions of changing. I'd respect you much more if you said that. Instead of saying like, I'm trying. You're not trying. The only thing you're trying to do is get more food.
I'm going to try to continue with Weight Watchers. Nutritious and point friendly. So people need to stop acting brand new who are also 300-400 pounds, even 250 pounds.
So she really needs to invest in like a real mirror, not like the funhouse ones, not the ones you see at the carnival that make you look skinnier or distort you and make you look a different way. She is convinced that all the reaction channels are 300, 400, 250 pounds, whatever she just said. Nobody is as big as you, Foodie. Do you get that? You're the biggest. Do you get that? No matter what you tell yourself, it's not reality.
Need to stop judging people who are also overweight and struggle. Why do people act brand new when it comes to weight loss and diets and all these other things? Let's try this. Down. Down. Good girl. Talking to your cat in a stern voice is considered animal abuse, right? I can't with people on the internet.
It's considered roughhousing, manhandling a cat who clearly was distressed and didn't want to be swung around. If your animal is giving you signs, I don't want to be flung around, I don't want to be swung around, I don't want to keep being picked up and down and waved all around, used as a prop, you need to listen. Because Foodie Beauty, you'll be the first one to cry and get rid of Julia if she scratches you. You'll be the first one to dump her for that. In general, because I know you don't care about animals, you don't respect them, you don't love them, you don't value them, you need to listen to their signs. Julia can't talk. If she's struggling and trying to get away, you let her go away from you. Because like I said, you will be the first one to dump poor Julia if you got scratched. And you know what's shocking? Much how we thought you loved your cats, and we were so shocked at how you dumped them for Natter and how you called, it was just awful. You kept saying, you wanted BBJ to take a dirt nap, everything else. It was shocking to us. We really thought you loved those cats. Now, in the past couple of weeks, Salah's been pretending he's an animal lover now and he loves Julia, and we're like, okay, at least since Foodie Beauty hates her clearly, at least she has Salah. Now there's no at least. We don't have that comfort. You should be really ashamed at your behavior on that live stream. The way you two came on looking and you sit there judging me for my alcohol addiction that I'm almost 6 years sober from. All right, you guys. I just want to say again, they came on looking like that. Clearly not sober. Clearly he looked like he had a wild night out. And she doesn't want to be judged for her addictions, but she judges everybody else on their recovery. Especially me for some reason. All right, you guys, are you ready to hear the fart heard around the world? Brace yourself. I'll see you guys in the next clip. Okay, you guys, this clip is from Piggy. Please go check out Piggy's channel. It's titled Deleted Foodie Beauty Loudly Farts for Salah. Loudly. Like, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's not any less shocking. At all. Oh my gosh.
Did you hear that?
Yes, the world did. The man on the moon did. Your neighbors definitely did. And look how happy and smug she is and how proud of herself she was. Let's hear it one more time. And watch how she gets up off the floor. Oh my gosh. She wants us to believe she's losing weight. There's no possible way at all. At all. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Everybody in California, don't worry. That wasn't another earthquake. It was just Foodie Beauty. It was just Foodie Beauty. Okay, you guys. She has a new community post, so I will see you over there. Sorry, you guys. I know I've been a chatty Cathy this video. I just have a lot to say about our girl here. Okay, so this community post is from 28 minutes ago. Oh, wait, let's go to the one 2 hours ago. I'm coming back to Canada for a visit. Okay, as people have been suspecting, so I guess her family is all going to Canada for an event like August 5th or 7th. I saw it on Twitter from a few people actually. And so people were saying Foodie Beauty is probably going to be back. We're just going to see her in a live stream one day. She'll be back in Canada. And then she says, so this is from 28 minutes ago, OMG, I can't tell you people anything. Why'd you tell us then? You clearly want us to know. Get a life. I'm coming to Canada, and no, not when, I'm not saying that name because she uses a slur again, not when the blank Peter Griffin predicted. I'm coming for a visit and for other business, and not in August, but sometime in the future. After that, my husband and I will travel together to our planned destination. Hopefully it's rehab or inpatient. That's the only place you need to be traveling to. And you should be ashamed of yourself, Foodie Beauty. You know, and you have been told what that word means and how offensive it is. You have been told multiple times, but you continue to use that to speak about FFG, and that's not okay. You're 39 years old. Act like it. All right, now these comments are turned off. I think it's disgusting, you guys. She's been told, and she turned off the comments on that community post as well. You know, Foodie Beauty, you talk a whole lot of mess, and you're such a coward. If you're gonna talk crap, leave your comments on. If you can dish it out, you better be able to take it. And don't cry when people have an opinion and tell you how it is. You are getting worse and you're declining every day. It's like you're pushing the limits to see how shocking you could be, how offensive you can be, to see if you can possibly be canceled. You can be, and you will be if you keep it up. You will be. You're not special. You're not untouchable. Consequences will be coming. Karma's coming. It's just a matter of time. So if I were you, I'd get my act together now. How are you going to travel, Foodie? You've gained 100 pounds since October, since being there. And you're eating more and more and more. You're not going to fit on a plane. I would be so embarrassed if I was you. To be supposedly newly married, move to a new country, and this is how you act? This is who you've become? You've completely, like, you weren't all that before. You definitely didn't have much going for you before, but you've completely let yourself go there. You're projecting. And that's what I've learned about you. You're hurting, and maybe, I don't think you're embarrassed of your behavior, but you're hurting. Because you know what? Addiction can be painful. And everything you're feeling, all the bad things you're thinking about yourself and feeling about yourself, you want everybody else to feel that bad. Despite every horrible thing you say about reaction channels, you want to know something? At least we're the only ones telling you the truth about how you look, how you're acting, about your health, and how we can clearly see it's declining. Well, your beezers enable you. You don't have really anybody in the world that cares about you or will tell you how it is. But the reaction channels who don't necessarily like you are telling you it's bad, you look bad, your behavior is bad. Nothing good is going to come out of this. You really should start changing your life now. But you know what? Maybe you deserve consequences. You probably do for all the hurt, pain, and misery and suffering you cause everybody else. I wouldn't want to be you when karma hits, and I'm glad I'm not. All right, you guys, let's talk about this in the comment section. Again, sorry, I was a chatty Cathy today. But you know what? After the whole Foodie Beauty Rage thing and I went live, I had a beautiful afternoon with my family. It was hot out, but we teamed up and we played games. We played basketball. We had a beautiful day. And I know she wants me to, like, be punished for things I did, like, 20 years ago that I've been punished for. And I changed my life. And I still am dealing with consequences. But it's like she wants me rearrested for stuff in the 20s, wants everybody to come after me. You know, Foodie, I'll say this again. One thing that everybody can say about me, you may not like me on here, but I've done a damn good job changing my life around. And I know how to do it. And if Foodie Beauty, you ever want to get out of the hell you're in, I know a few things. I know a few resources. I'd be happy to help you get into inpatient somewhere. You need it. TikTok foodie, you can't go on living like this forever, and you won't. There's only so much the human body can handle. And there's only so much. Do you realize too, before I go, I want to say this. You're not in a country where you can behave how you want to behave and act how you want to act and say what you want to say. You're not untouchable. You should probably get your act together soon. I hope you guys, Breezy Bunch, are having a beautiful, beautiful day. I hope you're having an amazing summer. I hope you're blessed beyond measure. I hope you guys are having a great day, great evening, wherever you are. And let's talk about this in the comment section. If I see any more clips, I will add it to the end of this. Okay? Bye, you guys.
I haven't done anything super shady in my life where warrants exposing.